Hey, welcome back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another wireless mouse. Now, it doesn't say it on the box, but in the description on Amazon, it said it was a gaming mouse, and so I bought it. It was like 24 bucks. But the real reason why I bought this gaming mouse was because of the name or the brand of the company. YOOSO. I just thought that was a real funny name. So I was like, okay, let's see. I never heard of this company before, so let's see how good this mouse really is. Now, it is the YOOSO X11. It's actually the X11 Pro. There's the word Pro. Wireless gaming mouse. Okay, they do give you some information here. Same thing here. Nothing really else. And inside the box, I have no idea what this is because there's nothing written in English. I think that's Chinese. You do get a little fold-out sheet. That's, I guess, an instruction manual. And it's real small. You need an electron microscope to read it. You get a nice charging cable, USB Type A, USB Type C, and a little bit of branding on the Velcro cable tidy. And this is a braided cable. It's not a bad little cable. Of course, you get the mouse itself. And this is what it looks like. I like how the braiding isn't really predominant. They kind of made it like a grayish color to the black plastic around it, so it doesn't really stand out much. And boy, do you get a lot of buttons. You get a total of 9 buttons on this gaming mouse. Now, on one side, they give you, this is where your thumb is going to be. It's like a rubber, it's a piece of rubber, basically. It feels more like silicone instead of just flat out rubber. Nothing here. Of course, you get the nice little scroll wheel, which acts like a button. And it is kind of quiet, which is nice. You get 3 different types of buttons here. And on this side, you get 2 more. Plus this button here. On the bottom is, right here is your on and off switch, so to speak. Here is your pairing button for Bluetooth. And inside here, which if you open it up, is your dongle for the computer. And I like how it's a blue color. Kind of differentiates it from everything else. Well, let me just set that down. Now, of course, you get some nice glide pads. They don't tell me exactly what it is. I never found that information out, whether it's 2.0 or strictly what the material is made in here. They didn't tell me that, okay? Now, there's 3 ways to connect this mouse to your computer. Bluetooth, the 2.4 gigahertz dongle, and a wired connection. So yes, you can even use it as you're charging it. The DPI levels, which is kind of unique. You get 1 button for up, 1 button for down for your DPI levels. It's 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 8,000 DPI on here, with a return rate up to 1,000 hertz. You got 15 G's of acceleration. You have a 1,000 milliamp hour battery in here. The sensor, which is that little doohickey right there, is the PAW 3104 sensor. Of course, I already told you it's 9 buttons. And this thing weighs 153.2 grams or 5.4 ounces. Now, they do have, okay, this button here is supposed to, like, if you press it, it fires 3 times, okay? But you need the app to do that, I believe. More on that in a moment. Otherwise, it just acts like a normal fire button. One press, 1 shot. And here's the regular buttons, the left and right. Pretty quiet mouse. You can still hear the clicks, but it's pretty quiet. Also around in here, let me see if it'll turn on. You do got a nice little light there. There's a way to turn the lights on and off, and it's kind of hard to do without the app. you're supposed to press this button and the forward button, and it's supposed to turn on the lights and turn them off, because there's like this little bit of not really clear plastic, but translucent plastic that the RGB lights will come on. But the bad part is, I think you're going to have to be, it has to be connected to a computer. But before I go any further, let me show you some pictures and charts to tell you a little bit more about the mouse, and then let me come back and give you my final thoughts, okay? Including maybe if I can get the lights to work, I can show you that too. Be right back.
Perfect.
Okay, I got the lights to work, and they just kind of, you can kind of cycle these things to do like a static, meaning it doesn't move, to like a breathing effect, or you can shut them off, and here's like one of the other effects. And like I said, you got to press the scroll wheel down plus this first button right here. Oops. You know, it has like a rainbow effect. Has a little bit slower type fade in, fade out. And then it's off. Now, when you're charging it, this light turns red. They say an hour and a half to charge it up. But the funny thing is even though this is green, sometimes it changes to blue. There's no clear indication when the battery is fully charged. So I let this thing charge for 3 hours when I first got it in. And I've been using this thing for 2-3 weeks. I haven't shut it off, and it's still kicking pretty darn good. I have no problems with it. Now with the app, if I remember, I will put the address down in the description below where you can get the app from. And the driver or the app or whatever only works with Windows, not Mac or anybody else. So there's that. Now, I tried downloading the app. Actually, I did download the app, and then when I hit to install it, got a warning. Not only just from Windows, but from my antivirus software saying, hey, this thing is kind of suspicious. Don't download it. So I didn't download it. That's going to be totally up to you if you want to download the app, because according to them, you can customize the lighting, you can customize that button and all the other ones, but you have to have their software on your computer to do it. But since I got a warning not just from Windows, but from my antivirus software saying it's kind of a suspicious software, don't download it, I never downloaded it. So that's going to be up to you to download it, okay? I never heard of this company before. So I am not going to go ahead and download their software if I get a warning from, not just like I said from Microsoft, but I also got a warning from my antivirus software saying basically don't do it. So I didn't do it. So that's going to be up to you to do or not. But without all that, without the software and me going around and using it just for my gaming and everyday usage, I like the mouse. The pads are really smooth. It's buttery smooth when I'm playing a game or doing whatever else I'm doing. I use the 3000 DPI, and it's quite accurate, actually, I found to be. The DPI in this is quite accurate. The tracking is quite accurate. Never had a problem if I was moving it really fast, trying to play a game or whatnot. Never really had an issue with it. Never had a disconnection either with it. Of course, With Bluetooth, being Bluetooth, you may or may not get some kind of a stutter, but with the 2.4 gigahertz, never had an issue with it at all. The lights you can keep on, of course, that's going to drain your battery a lot faster if you keep the lights on. This light will always go on, or it stays on. Now, if you let it sit still for about a minute, this goes into power saving mode right out of the box. I don't know if you can change that in the software. Once again, I didn't download it. But after about a minute, the mouse will go into a power saving mode and this light will turn off. That's how you're going to know it, because this light always stays on as you're continuously using it. And as soon as you move it, this light comes on and bam. There's really no hesitation either from sleep mode to you using it. I didn't notice anything. It might be like a microsecond, but I didn't really notice it. But I love this mouse because it's big. I mean, it is a big mouse, and it fits my man hands quite comfortably. My hand feels very comfortable using this. I wish more mice were made this huge, because, or at least they give you an option of having a mouse this big or small or medium or whatever you want to call it. But I like the big mice. It makes my hand feel more comfortable. It's easier for me to use. There's no strain on my hand or my ligaments. There's no strain on my wrist because it's so big, because it just feels natural in my hands. So in closing, what do I think about the YOOSO X11 Pro gaming mouse? It's a nice mouse. Of course, it's $24 when I bought it. It may go up in price. I don't know. But when I bought it, it was $24, and I like this mouse. Of course, I never heard of this company before, and it being such a low-cost mouse, longevity is going to be the principal issue with this. Will it finally die in 6 months to a year, maybe 2? That's yet to be seen. I'll be honest, if I spent $25 on a good mouse that feels really good in my hands, and I like the way it tracks, I like the way it feels, and it works beautifully or effortlessly and flawlessly for me, to me it's worth getting, especially if it dies after 2 years. I don't mind that. Okay. So the YOOSO X11 Pro gaming mouse, is it worth you getting? For $25, yeah. Like I said, if you like big mice, that feels comfortable and natural in your hands, then yeah, it's a great little mouse to have. And see, it just went into sleep mode. And then if I press a button, it comes back on. Yeah, I like this mouse. I may get another one in about 6 to 8 months just for the heck of it to have as a backup. I really do enjoy this mouse, and it's very budget friendly. But like I said, longevity is going to be the real question. Will it die in 6 months to 2 years? Within that time frame, who knows? But I've been using this for about a month now, or something like that, and I have no complaints. I like the mouse. I think it's worth it. If anything, you can have it as a nice little backup mouse to whatever else you're using currently. So yeah, the YOOSO X11 Pro gaming mouse is definitely worth you getting. And if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. See you in the next video.